So this is the making of a billion-dollar, multi-billion-dollar category called Desi Chinese. In a light where the markets were dominated by Nestle, Unilever, and ITC. And I have 20 minutes to present to you the story of 27 years, yeah? So bear with me on that one. Where did the spark begin in 1995? 1995, I used to travel a lot for my advertising days. And every time I went into a supermarket, I saw this Disneyland. And I would say, hey, when is this going to happen to this country of mine? This was also the time when we had, economically we had started getting better. Conspicuous consumption was part of the lexicon of marketing. But there was nothing much happening. And to me, this was a huge opportunity. It was a huge opportunity in 95 when the per capita was $1,400. Today we are at $2,600, $800. And the reality and the opportunity that exists is in the last 27 years, there are probably two categories that have got created. So this Disneyland is still relevant to all marketeers sitting here. The founding belief of the way we began our business was food is culture. It's not a commodity. There are 5 food cultures in the world. India is one of them. The way we saw ourselves was of not what people are eating, but how they are eating. It's very important for a marketeer to not just look at the most obvious. What is behind the obvious? And especially in a country where birth is food, death is food, and right through, there is so much food happening. The mission of our company, to create excitement on the dining table 3 times a day, 7 days a week at a great price. So one, I'm not talking of food, I'm talking of excitement on the dining table. And the 2 keywords there are great price. We wanted to define it not as premium, mass market, I don't know jargons, yeah? So it was about great price. 2 brands, Ching's and Smith & Jones. Ching's is about loving Desi Chinese. We'll quickly go through how and where we found this, the cultural gap. India, unlike many countries in the world, doesn't have, there is no one cuisine called Indian. Every 300 kilometer food changes, recipes change. One cuisine that links Kashmir to Kanyakumari is Desi Chinese. Yeah. The 29th state or the 30th state of this country is China. That's the way we saw it, yeah, and said, ye state ka khana will get popular across the country. I'm going to get into innovation and the range. 99% of what we created or produced were flavors and profile that did not exist in India. There were noodles, the word Hakka, or there's a story on how the Hakka community came here, but we termed the word Hakka to noodles, and everybody loves the term Hakka noodles. I took a green chili and put it in vinegar and called it chili vinegar. That's how we eat, yeah? So we take chilies, chop them, put them in vinegar. I took vinegar and made it a dipping sauce. Masala is a huge category in our country. The single largest culinary category in the country is masala. So there's chicken masala, meat masala, pav bhaji masala. And here we created a fried rice masala and a paneer chili and a Manchurian masala. Great price, $10. Bache hue chawal ko lagao tadka and you have fried rice. These are all categories that got created and didn't exist. And the last was our noodles. We all grew up with Maggi as masala noodles, but now we had to go beyond that. This was one brand where from kids to grown up, everybody was eating the same brand. Bacche bhi khate the, bade bhi khate, and the way we saw ourselves was from a flavor profile, we were talking to the youth, to the younger generation, and hence spicier cuisines happened. You know, by DNA, we are all chatoras. completely chatoras. Yeah? And this goes across the length and breadth of this country. I took Szechuan and I took chutney and put both of them together and created Szechuan chutney. This is one category today that's 250 crores. Single 2 SKUs. Yeah, the 10 rupee and the 90 rupee SKU. Is there anyone who hasn't consumed Szechuan chutney? Or nobody has? Yeah. The next we did was, ketchup is not part of our culture. It's been there forever. The size of the category is not more than 1,000 crores as organized. So we took ketchup, we took Szechuan from this side and have created a Szechuan ketchup. That's the way we've seen our business evolve. The next brand is Smith & Jones, a kitchen partner for Indian homemakers for making aspirational dishes. Way back in 96, we launched ginger garlic paste. Now, for us at 96, ginger garlic paste was an innovation. It came in a bottle. Many people have laughed at us over the last 27 years. Ginger garlic paste bottle mein kaun kharidega? From being premium niche, today it's become a very large category. Smith & Jones still is the leader. The next innovation that we did in Smith & Jones was pasta and masala. This one my investors rolled in the conference room and fell down. And one of them is a Gora, and he turned back and said, my grandmother is going to turn in a grave. Pasta and masala. You'll be shocked. It's a run rate of 100 crores. Two large players, known players, both pasta is not 100 crores still. This is a 5 rupee SKU that's much larger than 100 crores now. How did we go about building all this? I come from an era where there was no PE fund, investors and stuff like that. We didn't even have, I come from a PSU bank time. I don't know, all of you ever know, that was a time, yeah? So you made, what you had is what you built with. There was nobody giving you money. So to me, if I was going to fight or work with the big boys there, one thing that for me was not about money. It was the science, it was the knowledge that we were building with. Now, knowledge is not about money. Knowledge is about knowledge. Yeah, we said we will drive it through science. We were the first company in the country that got BRC Level A certification, which is British Retail Consortium Level A certification from a food safety perspective. 2004, we were the first company in the country, no multinational. We also started exporting to people like Tesco in the UK, Duns in Ireland, Target in the US, Loblaws in Canada. We needed to do it. We did it then in 2004. The other was the seasoning technology. You'll be surprised there are very few companies in the world, independent companies in the world, that have seasoning technology in-house. We are one of the few. We are one of the, probably the only company in the country that has the science of creating seasoning in-house within the company. Another area that we were very focused on, because we were driving with innovation, which was the 50% gross margin. Unheard of in processed foods. This is how we worked. For us, profit funds passion and marketing investment. You saw a film, the gentleman spoke about the most expensive film. The last one, 2016 we did, costed us, not what came in the press, costed us around 8.5 crores. The present one costed us 11 crores. Where does the money come from? High gross margins. That's when I said great price. So while the price is 5 and 10 and 20 rupees, they're all, because of innovation, we work at 50% gross margin. We also defined our go-to market. You know, well, I come from marketing, but I didn't understand distribution, and incidentally, all marketeers and brand makers believe they build businesses. Am I right? Yeah, all marketing guys, yeah? It took me 3 years to realize all bullshit. These operations are huge. Yeah, distribution is a black hole in this country. Most of the standard distribution that is set up in this country comes from this Hindustan, which Hindustan Lever did. Started building way back in the 60s, and they've evolved the distribution strategy to their needs. Most of the companies have done a cut paste on that. It took me 4 years to realize this is not what's going to work for me. I can't be a Maruti 800 and have a distribution go to market which is of a large car. Yeah. So we broke it down. We created something called a discovery channel. So GT, so the word GT did not exist with us. We said large stores and not necessarily supermarket stores. Discovery was where consumers come to discover. A masala store is a discovery store. Delhiites, if you go to a paneer shop, it's a discovery store. Normally we don't go to that store. Yeah, and these are stores. There was way back in 2003, I discovered the chicken shops of Delhi. Those were discovery stores. Yeah, so we created discovery stores and mini discovery. The word GT went off. And the next level to us was wholesale that came through cash and carry. These are all things that we did way back in between 2011 and 2020. And the most important one was wet sampling. Typically, wet sampling is about, there is a lady standing outside the store. एक चादर लगाते हैं, उसके ऊपर product पड़ा है. For us, wet sampling was the most crucial aspect of our business. This was part of a distribution strategy and not about loosely termed word called activation. So from metros to mandis, one system, one story. If I ask you all a question, typically wet sampling, where do any brand manager here who's going to say, where do wet sampling happen typically? Anyone? Yeah, Fun City, malls, you know, so correct. बहुत महंगा है ये. Where do you see large consumers 2 times a day? Bhaji market, yeah, melas. They come in the morning, they come in the evening. Another set comes in the evening. The ones who come on Monday don't come on Tuesday. And what's the crowd you get there? Huge. We made those were our malls, and that's where we did sampling. And our sampling was about creating delight with the consumer. When the consumer stood there and said, "Ha, chawal lal ho gaye," and she tried it, she bought the product then. It was not sampling for the heck. In the mall, you do sampling, then what happens? She can't go and buy then. You lost her. Yeah. So those were very critical aspects of the way we looked at our go-to-market. What you all love is our communication formula. 2 religions my country has: cricket, movies, and the third one we created, which is Desi Chinese. Cricket, movies, cricket more expensive than, how did we come to movies? Cricket more expensive than movies. Movies go across, one, we had women as a large target group for us, and the second, we were looking at the world, the diaspora across the world, and cricket didn't play across the world. Yeah, so our choice became movies. But this time around, we didn't want to see movies the way it had been done standard wise. Yeah, so for us, food, cinema, cultural insight at its finest. And how did we end up building it? You know, typically for most of us, movies, Bollywood, एक सेलिब्रिटी ले लो, वो सेलिब्रिटी ले लो और उसके बाद क्या, काले लंबे घने बाल, तो मेरा शैम्पू खरीद लो, और शाहरुख खान comes and says, ये फोन, Oppo, and then he does nothing. We were clear, we needed a brand partner who resonated with the values of the brand, and that's where we came up with we did not want an endorser, we wanted a character who became the brand himself. We owned the narrative, not just the airtime. This word viral happened now. Our 2000 and our 2014-16 campaigns came before Jio. There's life before Jio and life after Jio. So for us, the virality of our films happened because that's how we made our campaign. We were not creating. We've had this say, "Hey, मेरे को भी एक viral बना के दो ना." I'm sure all of you said, "एक viral बनाएंगे." ये viral बनता नहीं है ऐसे ना. So there is a whole lot of element. We were thinking D2C in a B2C world. Now, kind of media we earn without paying money. The film that you all just saw, the trailer that you just saw, 100 million views. How much money we spent on making it 100 million? Zero. That's viral, and that's on one channel, YouTube. It has been cut, it's WhatsApp, it's gone viral because people share it as a movie. There are people who review it as a film. Not only in India, across a huge amount of free media that we earn because of the way we manage our advertising. Performance marketing. Like I said earlier, wet sampling at retail. It has been a huge part of our performance marketing. We use modern trade to create velocity, regional brand bursts we did, sales ROIs were tracked on a monthly basis, and every rupee worked for us. We didn't have a lot of money, so we had to ensure that every single penny or paisa worked for us when we kept doing what we did. Way back before the buzzword of social media happened, largely, we were the first company that became a partner with YouTube in Asia. That's the figure there, 720 subscribers. If you Google now, go on YouTube and Mary Maggie, we're larger than that. Much larger than that. On Instagram, 10 million plus average monthly views. We don't sell. Our channels, when you see them, they are recipes. We believe the woman, any consumer, it's about he or she and a screen. So you can't be doing advertising there. They are there because they want to be there, and they're not there because they want to see your advertising, because they actually get irritated with your advertising. We did recipes. Hardcore recipes were done, and that's what made these channels the way they are. That's what made not only in India but across the world, with the diaspora from India, Pakistan and Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. This is a favorite brand of theirs. It's the soul food of the pan-Indian consumers across the world. Quickly, my time's running out. What we learned from this journey of ours. It's more like a summary here, yeah? Chase meaning, not markets. I keep hearing marketeers talk about market share. Go back to my first slide. We've just barely begun to consume. So very few categories that have actually got distribution in terms of reach that has gone beyond 65-70%. So it's a white space that we're existing in. Should we be chasing market share or meaning of the market? A question to be asked. Yeah. Be consumer anthropologists. Academic MBA teaches you to focus on the customer. Correct? Am I right? When does a human being become a customer? Anyone? When he transacts. In 24 hours a day, you have 14-15 hours when you are alive and going around. How many minutes or hours do you transact? Half an hour, 45 minutes, bahut jiddi, 1 hour. Now, classical marketing tells you focus on the customer. Is that right? Or is it wrong? So the way we looked at it was focus on the quasi-consumer. Focus on him when he is not transacting. And that to us was a big insight when we said consumer anthropologists. We did not watch what people were eating, but how they were eating. What was happening between that meal to the next meal. And that journey gave us huge amount of insights of the way we looked at every element of our business. Brands as stage, not script. Typically, we end up spending money on GRPs and TRPs. Anybody watches Big Boss? Anybody here watches Big Boss? Yeah? So, that's another one I find. Brand managers and marketing people don't watch television or don't watch social media also. They watch numbers. How do we do this? I fail to understand. If I'm talking to a consumer who is in core Maharashtra, I need to understand the psychographics of the consumer and what that program is linked with. Is it so important to find the TRP and GRPs? You keep doing GRP, तो रात को 12 बजे भी ad आएगा तो GRP मिलती है. Where is that connect happening? And for us, that was critical. पैसा कम था, so we were not chasing GRPs, yeah. And I don't think you need to chase GRPs. And hence, for us, Ranveer Ching became the consumer owned him. The consumer was doing UGC before the word UGC happened. And for us, I don't know if you remember, when he and Deepika got married, somebody made a meme, and those word memes didn't exist then. Yeah, iski maang mein Shezwan chutney bharenge. So for us, that was like, and that got like 4 million hits. Yeah. So for us, that is the brand building for us. Yeah. Health score. We chased quarterly brand score. We did not chase quarterly sales scores. That we did annually. So we may have had quarters going up and down, but constantly kept looking at the brand score that was happening every quarter across every single SKU of ours. Coming to the end, the three C's that build Capital Foods: culture, consistency, and courage. If you all can think differently about time, trust, and truth, all of you can be successful. You need to think like Indian entrepreneurs are supposed to think. Can I just finish and we'll ask some questions, yeah? So to us, this is something very, very important. If I could do, I came from a middle class home. Yeah, I spent 15 years in advertising, but if I could do it, all of you could do it. Think out of the box, go on the streets. The consumer is talking to you, not the customer. The consumer is talking to you. Listen to him, live with him, and all your answers are there. Thank you. Picture abhi baki hai mere dost. Thank you so much.
Can we take some questions? Yeah, we have time. Is there anybody who can pass on the mic to the audience, please?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, perfect.
बहुत मेरे को इतनी इंग्लिश नहीं आती है. सर सेल्स फिगर आते हैं? हाँ? When you go to the street, when you go to the store guy takes your product.
Okay.
That's my brand score. We did a quarterly result that came out of Kantar, yeah. But the rest of these we didn't get into all the. Okay, so let me answer this in a simple fashion. Yeah. Common sense in marketing does not need semantics.
I'm getting it. बट देखो ऑफिस में बैठ के वो देखना कि
वो कौन बैठा, वो किसने बोला ऑफिस में बैठा? till a year and a half back I was 15 days on the road. 15 days on the road.
बस उसको मैट्रिक को कहीं तो रिपोर्ट करोगे ना फिर. मतलब एनीवेज
मेरा नेशनल सेल्स हेड बैठा है, इसकी हर हफ्ते बचती थी, उसकी स्कोर उधर से आता था. बस I can't be looking at a brand score, which is also I've seen. I can't look at brand score without sales. So they have to be in conjunction. वो पास्ता मसाला बेचना है, अगर उसके बिहार में वो बेचना है, बिहार के इतनी पेटी नहीं आई, तो ब्रांड स्कोर नहीं मैच किया.
सेल्स कोड के साथ कोरिलेटेड,
directly correlated to the sales numbers that happened. It's a tough one, but that's the way it happens. I keep hearing now, so is that I have done my job in marketing, I got brand score. Sales, no, I don't know where the sales is, that's not my job. You heard this one, right? This is completely connected to each other.
Thank you.
We take one more question. Yeah. Can we? Here, Mike, please.
Hi, sir. We met before in the
Yes.
in the speakers room. So, I was just curious that you said that Chinese is the one food that binds all the 29 states basically. So, just curious about what happened during the pandemic when there was so much negative sentiment around China in general. Did you guys suffer? Did you feel that that you had to do something else to basically bounce back?
Nothing happened here. That was happening on television. The opinionated people were talking. This is not their cuisine. ये मेरा खाना है. ये China से कोई लेना देना नहीं है. So when you look at, when you come down, what is Szechuan chutney? I'll tell you a secret. Yeah. चिली गार्लिक की चटनी महाराष्ट्र में बनती है, कर्नाटका में बनती है, राजस्थान में बनती है, मध्य प्रदेश में बनती है, यूपी में बनती है. चटनी, राइट? उसके अंदर विनेगर डाल दिया, थोड़े से हल्के से ओरिएंटल मसाले डाल दिए, तो शेजवान चटनी होगी ना. तो चाइना से कोई लेना देना नहीं है. तो आप चाइना जाके मंचूरियन नहीं ढूंढ सकते ना पनीर चिली मिलेगा आपको उधर. ये मेरा खाना है. तो चाइना से कोई लेना देना नहीं है हमारा.
Okay, we take one more question.
Yeah, thank you for this excellent talk. I think it just reinforces the importance of fundamental bottom-up thinking, and it was absolutely brilliant to hear how you have built this brand. I'm a great fan of this brand. I use it regularly. My question is, with e-commerce becoming so important, how are you now moving ahead with your discovery of newer, variants or new product categories? Because this is a very experiential category, right? So in the era where everyone's going digital, how are you facilitating discovery?
So ma'am, I came through an era where GT became modern trade. So the delivery method changed. With e-commerce, the delivery method has changed. The consumer on the other side is the same human being. How much, just because e-com is there, you can't, I'm specifically talking about food, because e-com is there, I am going to sell mustard sauce from Germany. मैं नहीं खाने वाला ना, तो आप discover कर लो उसको, बिकेगा नहीं. So you see a lot of the D2C brands, and I'm saying specific to food, a lot of these D2C brands, they're labels, because they're not become brands. So they keep discounting, and then what happens? Year later, you don't see them. You still have to go back to the basic of the consumer. So we've done a chili crunch now. We've done a pasta sauce which is very Indianized and nothing to do with oregano and stuff like that. So we keep doing those little bit. It's easier. The distribution go-to market has become better because of e-com. But doesn't mean that I am going to make you eat what you don't want to eat. ये हम है ना ऐसे ही हैं. उनका खाना लेंगे, जब तक मेरा नहीं होगा ना तो खाएंगे नहीं हम.
So fair enough. If I may just rephrase it a little, it's a distribution model. It's just one more arm. I completely am aligned with you. But in terms of just saying, earlier it was very easy to sample. So we would go out and sample to thousands of people, say at mandis or other locations, right? Now, all of that has become, one, very expensive, and two, a lot of people are really not going out. How many younger customers are really going out to mandis, etc.? It's not to challenge you. I'm just trying to understand. We have a similar problem in fragrances. You launch a new fragrance, the consumer sits on the e-commerce platform and has no idea what the fragrance really smells like, right? Because the discovery is online. So similarly for a company like Ching's, where you have various flavors and more innovative products, yes, I'll get a very good sense from the name of the product in the packaging, but beyond that, is there anything you're doing?
So ma'am, first, I am talking to the masses.
ठीक है.
I am not, so like for example, मेरे को ना साउथ दिल्ली का कंज्यूमर आया नहीं है, मेरे को फर्क नहीं पड़ता है.
Got it.
मेरे को सीरियसली वो खाता क्या है और क्या नहीं खाता, उधर सब हेल्थ वगैरह की बात करते हैं.
Understood.
खाते छोले भटूरे
ठीक है.
वो भी.
हाँ,
Similarly, Bombay में Malabar Hill, I'm not interested in. And when you see a part of e-com, yes, there is a consumer. That's happening in how many urban cities? How many urban cities? And within urban cities, there is rural. Does Delhi have villages within the city?
Of course.
They're juggi jhopadis, they're large. I'm
Yeah.
talking of 5 rupee, 10 rupee products.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Understood.
Bombay is the same. So e-com, like modern trade, when modern trade came in way back in 2004, GT Marani, e-com aaya,
Correct.
it's become, to me, it's a great platform to build quick aspirational consumers to do trials with. My sampling is still happening, and saying sampling is going to be expensive, no, sampling is cheap. I am not doing chefs. We have a team of cooks who go stand outside a kirana store and cook. So there is no tamjam, it's very basic guys who cook, and we have like 75 teams based in different cities who keep doing this every single day, twice a day.
Wow.
But if you're talking of categories that are non-food, like I think you said fragrances. But even on fragrances, ma'am, if you really want to build a brand there, you will have to be offline, because fragrance is buying a dream. Yeah.
Yeah.
I need that beauty consultant. I need the environment. You're buying here. You're not buying a bottle. Incidentally, I spent 2 years building India's largest international distribution company called Baccaros. They're like 75% of most ground floors are run by them.
Yes.
I built that business for some years. Yeah. It's experience on the ground.
Yeah.
You can't buy fragrances online. You can re-buy them online. But then you're talking of, the smaller, the cheaper ones,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
That's about commodity.
Yeah.
The brand building will happen on the ground. It won't happen online.
Yeah.
Repeat sales will happen online for fragrances.
No, great. Thanks so much. I think
Thank
that's
Okay,
one
there's a
great
request for a
perspective.
question. Can you quickly ask your question? We take one more and last question.
Hello Ajay sir, this is Sana, and this is more of a filmmaking part that you've taken approach for a long time now. In the world where we are consuming 6-second, 7-second size of contents, how did you arrive to a decision to go ahead with Atlee and Ranveer Singh? But also now the era of new filmmakers is coming up, with Aryan Khan doing his directorial debut, and Raghav Jual is someone who is very aligned with Ranveer Singh की energy. मुझे वो काफ़ी similar लगते हैं current scenario में. Do you think there will also be a shift with Gen Zs now becoming your next thing, or it's just you're just going with common sentiment?
So we are creating excitement.
Yeah.
We are creating excitement on the dining table and excitement in your life.
Right.
Incidentally, I'm selling food.
Yeah.
Incidentally, I'm selling food. So what the consumer does and behaves is the way we will behave.
Yeah.
Has Gen Z, it sounds nice, 30 second and all that. 30 second existed there. Now we're talking of 3 second and 5 seconds.
Yeah.
But if it's entertainment, had the Gen Z stopped watching OTT?
No.
If it's an interesting story, they are going to watch.
Yeah.
And 100 million views. And believe me, that 1 minute. So my trailer, the way we cut the trailer was 9 minutes is large.
was
Yeah.
9 minutes,
So we cut the
yes.
trailer as if it was a film. 100 million plus views just on one channel. And the best part is, it's not views a tick. Averaged viewing time is 75%.
Yeah.
So on 100 million, so this is the same Gen Z. I don't think the olders only watched it, yeah?
Yes.
75% viewership in terms of time. It's an interesting story.
Yeah, I think it's all story.
That's where it works, yeah?
And second part of question was, do you yourself also see evolving in the storytelling part as well with
Of course.
new faces coming in now?
I will do what the consumer wants, yeah? Atlee, it took me 3 months to convince Atlee to do this for me, because Atlee is Atlee. And we also had this thing about, we wanted to go south. So as Capital Foods is not large, with Tata Consumer now we can go down south. That's where we got an Atlee to come in, and a Sreeleela, who's again a large South Indian actress, yeah? To one, Atlee is big there and here. Sreeleela is largely big there, but she's doing 2-3 large movies here.
Right.
For us, getting Atlee was one big one. So now, why Atlee? He's God, man, right now. Shah Rukh Khan likes to only work with him kind of a situation. So it works.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.